Hi, my name is Suchi Gupta. I'm a credit risk consultant, and today we will be speaking about risk premium. In the previous video, we talked about interest rate and how they are determined. Risk premium is the compensation that the lender expects over and above the risk-free interest rates that depends upon the kind of risk that is associated with an investment. When an investor makes an investment, there can be certain kind of risk that are associated with his investment, and therefore he expects a payment that is over and above the risk-free interest rate. Broadly speaking, there are four types of risk that are associated with risk premium: inflation, default risk, maturity risk, and liquidity risk, which together combined are called risk premium. The first component of risk premium is inflation. Inflation is the price of a basket of goods measured from one time period to the other time period. Inflation affects the purchasing power of money. With positive inflation in the economy, the purchasing power of money decreases over time. That is to say, $100 now would decrease in value a year from now. Risk-free interest rate, also known as the nominal interest rate, is already adjusted for inflation. The second component of risk premium is default rate. Default risk, also known as credit risk, means that the borrower or the creditor may not be able to honor his obligation on the due date. Therefore, the investor must be compensated for taking the extra risk associated that his payment might not come in the future. Now, how do we measure the default risk? Default risk is measured through credit ratings. A higher credit rating means less probability of default, and a lower credit rating means higher probability of default. Now, if you may ask that why would an investor be interested in a low credit rating where the probability of default is high? Well, higher the risk, higher is the risk premium, which goes by the principle that more risk that you take, you get more return, and for a lower risk, you get lower return. The third component of risk premium is maturity risk. Maturity risk is associated with the probability of change in interest rate and instability in the economy. That is to say, an investment made for 15 years has more risk of instability in the economy and changes in interest rate as compared to an investment made from 6 months from now. Therefore, an investor should be compensated for making a longer investment as compared to a shorter one. The fourth component of risk premium is liquidity risk. Liquidity risk depends upon the probability of getting a fair value of an investment or an asset, which further depends upon the availability of an active market to buy and sell that investment or an asset. Now, if we compare gold and real estate property, there is an active market to buy and sell gold, thus a lower liquidity risk. However, the unavailability of an active market to buy and sell real estate property is less, therefore a higher liquidity risk. Now, since we've studied various types of risk, now we can all say that risk premium, we all know that risk premium comprises of four risks that we have studied today in this video: inflation, default risk, maturity risk, and liquidity risk. I hope you like this video. Kindly like, comment and subscribe to our channel. For more interesting and learning videos, please stay tuned. Thank you.